Pesticide exposure, unveiling the mortality and cancer risk landscape. The link between occupational pesticide exposure and increased mortality rates is alarming. Workers in agriculture and pest control face higher risks, suggesting a critical need for stricter safety protocols and regulations. Laboratory evidence has unequivocally supported the mortality risk associated with pesticide exposure. Studies on animals have shown that certain chemicals in pesticides can lead to fatal health outcomes, reinforcing concerns for human safety. Epidemiological studies have painted a grim picture, correlating long-term pesticide exposure with increased mortality rates among workers. These studies highlight the urgent need for comprehensive occupational health strategies to mitigate these risks. Research has revealed a disturbing connection between maternal exposure to pesticides before childbirth and a heightened risk of childhood leukemia. This finding underscores the importance of protecting expectant mothers from harmful chemicals. The distinction between occupational exposure and accidental exposure in pesticide-related deaths is crucial. Workers routinely face higher risks due to prolonged contact, whereas accidental cases often involve a single, high-dose event. Investigating the specific types of pesticides most associated with increased mortality reveals a concerning pattern. Organophosphates, commonly used in agricultural practices, have been linked to severe health outcomes, including death. Their widespread use underscores a pressing health risk. The role of protective measures in reducing occupational exposure to pesticides cannot be overstated. Personal protective equipment and stringent safety protocols play critical roles in safeguarding workers from the lethal effects of pesticide handling. Direct exposure risks to pesticides contrast sharply with secondary exposure through environmental contamination. While the former directly impacts individuals handling pesticides, the latter affects communities at large, posing a more insidious health threat. Research has shown that consuming pesticide residues in food does not significantly increase cancer risk. This finding suggests that the health risks of pesticides may be more closely related to exposure levels than previously thought. Exploring the mechanisms by which pesticides could lead to increased cancer risks illuminates the complex interplay between chemical exposure and biological responses. Certain pesticides are known to disrupt endocrine functions, potentially leading to cancerous growths. Regions with high occupational exposure to pesticides show alarming mortality rates, drawing a clear line between workplace hazards and health outcomes. Studies in these areas provide invaluable insights into the dire consequences of prolonged pesticide exposure, emphasizing the need for stringent safety measures. Water supplies in rural communities are especially vulnerable to pesticide runoff, posing a significant cancer risk to unsuspecting populations. This contamination not only affects drinking water but also disrupts entire ecosystems, highlighting the broader environmental impact of pesticide misuse. Addressing the issue of pesticide contamination in water requires innovative strategies for monitoring and purification. By implementing advanced filtration systems and promoting sustainable farming practices, it's possible to safeguard water sources against harmful pollutants, ensuring community health and ecological balance. Legal and regulatory frameworks play a crucial role in managing occupational exposure to pesticides. By establishing strict guidelines and enforcing compliance, authorities can significantly reduce the health risks associated with pesticide use, protecting workers and their families from potential harm. The global perspective on pesticide exposure reveals diverse regulatory landscapes, with some countries pioneering in safety measures while others lag behind. This disparity underscores the importance of international cooperation in harmonizing standards, aiming for a worldwide reduction in pesticide-related health risks. Long-term exposure to low levels of pesticides presents a significant public health concern. Even minimal contact can accumulate over time, leading to chronic health issues that may not manifest immediately. This stealthy impact underscores the importance of stringent safety measures and monitoring to protect vulnerable populations from unseen dangers. The economic and social costs associated with pesticide-related health risks are staggering. Healthcare expenses, loss of productivity, and the emotional toll on families contribute to a substantial burden on society. This calls for a re-evaluation of pesticide usage and the true price of conventional farming practices. Advances in alternative pest control methods offer hope for reducing reliance on harmful chemicals. Innovations such as biological controls, organic farming, and integrated pest management not only promise safer food production but also a healthier environment. Embracing these alternatives could spell a significant shift in agricultural practices worldwide. Public awareness and education play crucial roles in preventing pesticide exposure. Knowledge about safe handling, the importance of protective gear, and the risks associated with improper use can empower individuals to make safer choices. Community-led initiatives and educational campaigns can drive home the message, fostering a culture of safety and responsibility. In conclusion, the body of evidence linking pesticides to mortality underscores the urgent need for safer practices. By prioritizing public health, embracing alternative pest control methods, and educating the population, we can mitigate the risks associated with pesticide use and move towards a healthier future for all.